Good day to you all. I'm Joshua Gabriel Antiquera, hoping to spread awareness of what is happening in our country, especially with the state of our economy and how worse the poverty the people are continuing to face because of the pandemic. It has been a year since COVID-19 became a pandemic, and it's a year worth of quarantine protocols amidst the pandemic here in the Philippines. As our government continues to uphold community quarantines all throughout the country, it endangers our economy. The people are suffering, not only financially, but also physically, emotionally, and mentally, especially those who live in the slums. During this pandemic, many Filipinos have further fallen into poverty, into hunger, be it mild or severe, and into unemployment because of the pandemic. Some were more scared of dying from starvation than the virus. They would risk their lives helping their families in bringing food on their tables while forgetting to follow some community quarantine guidelines and protocols. Our country's lockdown is described as one of the longest in the world. According to one study, 75% of our economy was shut down. While our economy does bounce back here and then, removing certain restrictions that would allow our economy to breathe just for a bit, still, our economy continues to face hardships as long as we have COVID. Due to the lockdown, those who are poor are no longer able to work and find jobs, barely able to make ends meet, trying to survive each day. While it is the government's responsibility to give relief goods, to aid the citizens to combat the pandemic and their starvation, our government is doing all they can for the less fortunate people, but it's still not enough. I know all of us want to conquer this pandemic, and we can only achieve it by strictly following precautionary measures, staying at home as much as possible, keeping physical distance, washing hands often, covering a mouth when we cough, and notifying local authorities when experiencing signs and symptoms of coronavirus. These measures may sound simple, but it will definitely help our country, our government, and our community fight the COVID-19 pandemic. Let us do our civic duties for the betterment of our country. Now, as for helping our fellow Filipinos who are less fortunate, there are already existing solutions like community pantries, charities, and financial subsidies from our government and NGOs. All of us should be a part of the solution and help our country and our people to rise again and be triumphant. Even a small donation from each of us would significantly help the people. Let us continually make the government aware of the situation we are facing amidst the pandemic, not just what the less fortunate people are facing, but ours as well. We must call for the equal distribution of SAP across the board, from poorest of the poor, the working class, and even the rich sector. After all, it is the government's duty and responsibility in protecting and promoting the welfare of its people. Keep on persevering on doing the solutions, and we will surely rise again. I hope for all of us to steer good works in one another, to help our fellow men and our country. To end, I want to quote what Martin Luther once said: God does not need your good works, but your neighbor does. Ako, bilang isang kabataan na Pilipinas, ay may responsibilidad sa bansang aking sinilangan. Aking isa sa puso ang panatang makabayan na paglilingkuran ang Pilipinas at ang Diyos. Maraming salamat po.